Representatives from more than 20 countries from throughout the region are participating in the Inter-American Development Bank's Water and Sanitation Division's Water Week seminar, which will take place at the Atlantis Resort on Paradise Island over the next 2 days.
The goal is to strengthen the technical knowledge and abilities of the bank staff and other authorities from member countries by facilitating the exchange of experiences, strategies, policies, and technical responses. IDB's Water and Sanitation Division Chief Federico Bassanes and Water and Minister of Works and Urban Development Deputy Prime Minister Philip Davis officially opened the event.
We have been able to allocate more than $1.5 billion of financing per year exclusively to water and sanitation. We have been able to allocate more than $120 million of grants per year, typically dedicated to technical assistance, to knowledge creation, or to investment grants. And we've also dedicated a lot of time to the development and sharing of knowledge products.
Good thing about the program as well that they're implementing to get that result. They're engaging a number of local Bahamians to try to train them in the exercise, so that whenever they depart, the expertise that depart, they'll be leaving a lot of that. They'll be transferring a lot of local knowledge to the team at Water and Sewage and to any of the subcontractors that they may be engaging to assist them in the project.
Water and Sewage Corporation General Manager Glenn LaVille explained how the IDB's $80 million non-revenue water project will impact water operations nationwide.
Right now our losses are about 6.5 million gallons a day, and this project is going to reduce it to 2.5 by the end of 2017, and thereafter in another 2 years it's going to go down to 2 million gallons a day. So right now you're talking about losses that is costing us over $16 million a year, and by the time they're finished, those losses will be significantly reduced. Now, as a result of that, it means better service reliability, pressures, water quality for all of our customers.
A high-level meeting on labor begins tomorrow at the British Colonial Hilton Hotel. Delegates from 25 countries and 6 international organizations will assemble in New Providence to discuss pertinent issues affecting regional labor for the next 2 days. The Organization of American States event is held annually. The Bahamas has been a member of the OAS since 1982, and inspectors have successfully received training since then. The Ministers of Labor meeting is the oldest of its kind for the OAS, where regional labor policies and priorities are drafted. Minister of Labor Shane Gibson is pleased the Bahamas can host this type of event.
This is the first of such labor administration meetings being held in the Bahamas, and I am humbled as Minister to have facilitated this meeting along with officers and staff of my ministry. Our technical office will be chairing several of the sessions, and we expect that a plan of action will emerge from this round of meetings for the next ministers' meeting, which will be held in Colombia later this year.
Director of Labor Harcourt Brown explained that the meeting is divided into 3 components. The first discussion will be on a workshop on fair conditions of unemployment for vulnerable groups.
The working group meetings feed into the declaration and plan of action, okay? And so the topics for discussion would already have been established by virtue of previous meetings that would have been held. And there is a wide range of topics, occupational safety and health. Everything that deals with the world of work will be discussed.
Social Services Minister Melanie Griffin has made an appeal for parents to do all they can to protect their children no matter where they are. She was addressing a church service marking Child Protection Month when she said child abuse is still a prevalent issue in the country, with more than 12 cases of neglect, abandonment, and molestation reported to her ministry each week. She says considering that abuses against children are generally underreported, those numbers only hint at the true scope of the problem.
Underreported is because the very people who should be protecting children aid and abet the perpetrators. Sadly, more often than not, abusers and molesters are the people we know: pastors and preachers, teachers and police officers, politicians and business persons, family, friends, brothers and sisters and cousins. While it hurts us to think that the people we trust can harm our children, we need to realize that it hurts our children even more when they are being betrayed by persons they know and we refuse to listen to them. So we refuse to believe it, we refuse to listen, and we do not report it.
The minister says because parents can't always be with their children, they must ensure that they're equipped with the knowledge to protect themselves and make themselves less likely targets of perpetrators. On the other hand, Mrs. Griffin also had this stern warning for older children.
On an increasing basis, particularly for the older children, we are telling you about this. We are seeing photos, videos, and comments of minors appearing on the internet. I take this opportunity to warn you, children, young people, and even adults, don't post pictures or comments on the internet that could bring embarrassment to you and your family in any way.
Still to come, Sandals looks to take guest satisfaction to the next level.
And coming up in sports, you won't believe the startling revelations out of the Bahamas Olympic Committee's meeting. You're watching The Bahamas Tonight.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
This is your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm Jimenita Swain. American Rural Clinics executives are interested in establishing the country's biggest medical tourism site at a cost of $200 million. The project, once complete, would create 200 jobs. AWC President Robert Priddy says no one is going cold places for medical tourism. He believes the Bahamas is a perfect location in this region and gives the company the opportunity to provide the best global health care to patients from around the world right here in the Bahamas. BTC getting high praises from cable and wireless executives since acquiring the majority stake in BTC 2 years ago. The company boasts reduced calling rates for customers, introduced mobile data services, a full range of smartphones, and improved customer service. CWC Chief Executive Tony Rice says there have been significant changes at BTC, but what can be said confidently is that BTC is a much better provider of communication services than it was 2 years ago. And the Associated Press reporting that gold dipped to its lowest level in more than 2 years last Friday after traders rushed to sell their holdings. It plunged almost 200 over the past 2 days and is now trading below $1,400 an ounce for the first time since February 2011. The sale was sparked by a report from the U.S. government that wholesale prices fell in March by the most it had been in months. Investors were buying, anticipating a pickup in inflation. Now that prices are falling off, the attraction of gold as an alternative investment has waned. That was your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm Jimenita Swain.